Hi there, hello, it's me again, Mandy, just in case, I'm saying it because in case I forget my voice. This is the lovely
Ulala.
Ulala, French mama. Oh, I know a joke and I must never say it. No, I can't do it, I'll tell you afterwards. It was, I think my father taught me it when I was very, very young. It's not very rude. Anyway. Lovely to see you all. Thank you for coming back. And what I'm going to do today is just a very, very simple makeup because, Ulala, you teach Pilates, not something that you would wear makeup at that point. But she's got the most amazing skin. Beautiful. I can't wait to get hold of those eyebrows and do some makeup on her. It's just some women just have all the looks and unlike me don't have to wear very much. Sorry, that's the dog barking, that's not me having wind. Anyway, so I cleanse the face. I would put a little bit of moisturiser on and I let the moisturiser settle because otherwise everything slides off. Just to let you know, I cleaned all my brushes. It took me 2 days and also to try and dry them out. And I have disinfected every single, apart from my powder, I've disinfected all the creams and everything like that. So, this is what I do. I panic slightly, and what I do, I start fiddling. This is what I used to do when I was working. I would do a lot of this and a lot of this and go, what the hell am I gonna do? But I know what I'm going to do with this lovely lady. I'm going to use my lovely, beauty blenders. I've been reminding myself forever what they're called. And I'm going to use some of these beautiful products that, do you know where you bought this from?
That's online. I can't remember the name.
This is all good for me because it's nice to, this is by Veil and it's Sunset Skin Foundation. It's really lovely to use someone else's. It's not being mean. Can I ask you to open that?
I couldn't figure this out when I got it. Simply twist it.
As simple as that. Okay, and it just comes out, or you pump it. Right. So, let's see how we go with this. Don't need much, do you?
Not sure.
So you see, it's lovely and light. Where you have little sunspots, when you put your makeup on, rather than do that, which is what everybody does, if you take a sponge like this and you just stipple it, you just put a tiny bit of makeup on it, let it evaporate, then you can blend it. And your coverage, you won't use so much makeup. So coming down and down around the eyes. Tell me if I'm too heavy.
You're not too heavy at all.
It's just because I'm a professional.
Can do.
So the trick is when you do your makeup, come down the centre of your face and then do the cheeks and everything else last because you don't want a lot of makeup on there. So it's to come down the centre. And these sponges are good because they can get into all the different crevices between your nose and stuff like that. I don't know why I taught myself to stipple foundation cream and I find it works for me. It's that thing that if you take time with your foundation cream, the rest should be quite easy for you. It's how I work. Because your foundation is the most important part of the makeup, I think. And be careful when you're doing it, don't take it up to the hairline. Stop before you have to. otherwise you'll get it in your hair. How much makeup do you wear normally? Because do you wear a lot of makeup when you're working? Or
So every day, but very kind of light makeup, just like you're doing, just liquid foundation, and probably I wear it until like 2-3 o'clock in the afternoon, because that's the time when I start to do my either swimming or some workout. So I normally put the makeup on by 8:30 or 9 o'clock.
And it's still there all day? Oh, fantastic. Mine just goes and it's off. I think because I take care over other people. But it has to go on really quickly if I do it. This is only, I think today's the 3rd day in 4 years I've put makeup on. I stopped wearing makeup when I had breast cancer, and after that I couldn't be bothered to put it on. I don't know what I'm doing most of the time. So I will put foundation cream on, and then what I do is this is when I'm working, I turn around, I fiddle with something. What I like to do is not to touch the makeup until it evaporates a little bit and makes it easier to blend. So I take a very soft brush. Take that, no, I'll use this one. And all it is you work down the face. And you shouldn't have to do any. Oh, it's fantastic. You have to do nothing to this. It's amazing. All it is with a brush is just to blend out and take any excess off. But God, it's incredible. Did you buy that in the UK? Are you sent off for it?
It's a UK website, but I think Vale's from somewhere like Australia.
Oh really? Oh, I love this. Oh, thank you. Do you do your eyebrows?
I am in process to regrow my eyebrows.
Oh, did you shave them off?
I didn't shave. I used to pluck it to make it.
I used to do the same, and mine are not even. They'd never grow back.
Yeah.
Never.
So
the trick with foundation cream that I do, or I've learned, that if you put your foundation cream on, your bases, if you just let it evaporate and you've blended it, turn around, fiddle with something, go back, it gives it time to set so it doesn't start moving down the face. So I'm going to put a little tiny bit of powder on your face, and I'm going to do some eye makeup. So I've chosen these colours because I think these will look lovely on you. This is, I honestly can't tell you what this palette is. I'm sure one of one of the makeup artists will know. I love this. I have these in my kit. I have these to go on to set with. I wear them. I just think they're a love, and they blend so beautifully. But before I do that, I'm going to do a tiny bit of blusher. This was a palette that was made for me. It turned out, unfortunately, to be the wrong colours, but this is an amazing colour, and I'm going to mix it with a little bit of skin colour. I like to use my fingers, the back of my fingers, because I find to check the colour, but also I've got some here as well. But I love mixing colours, and if you look at someone's face, they're never one colour, but it's quite nice to mix colours. So would you smile for me? And I have to smile back. It's what I do. And I'm just going to put it on the cheeks very, very lightly. Gosh, it's lovely. got an amazing complexion.
Good.
A lovely colour. So you're from my hometown. You're from Worthing.
Are you originally from Worthing?
No.
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 Nobody is in this town.
I do love Worthing though.
Me too.
I'm far from my friends, but I love the beach. So, when you come to do your blusher again, right, and you want to use, and you're not going to use a powder blusher, if you use your fingers, always use this one.
Ring finger.
Basically, when you use this finger, you have no pressure and you can be as light as possible. It's the easiest way. Don't put it on with a brush, use your finger and still use your finger to blend. And the trick with blush is to use a little, you can always add. That was my father's motto when I wanted ice cream, after ice cream. So, that looks nice. Let me show you how light it is. Hold on, because I have to use it's just a little bit of colour with a little bit of sheen to it. And it has a bit of pearlised in it. So the trick with this is not to, can you see, am I holding it from my hand? Is when you do your blusher, don't bring it right across. You want to come along to about there. And that, and whatever's left over, what's nice to do is just whack a little bit over here on your forehead, just to warm your face up. And a little bit on your, I always take it on, whatever's left, I hate waste, so I just take it over the lips. Because your skin is so beautiful, I wouldn't put a lot of powder on. The only place I would put powder is perhaps here and a little bit on your forehead. And I just wipe my fingers and take 3000 out the packet. Keep it clean. I also, when I put foundation cream on, I let it settle. So I'll turn around, clean my brushes, do something for a few minutes, just so everything settles. And when you're not looking, just throw it on the floor and wipe your hand on there. So next, I look at you and I go, oh yes, what should we do now? I'm going to do your eyebrows. And I am a freak about eyebrows. I love eyebrows. Do you do your eyebrows?
Yes.
Here. So you want to comb any excess foundation cream or anything out your eyebrow, or powder or anything. Brush it, always brush it up. Yours, unfortunately, do the opposite. They want to go down. So, and in fact, you've got one eyebrow that's darker than the other. But I wouldn't use, do you do your eyebrows?
Yeah.
What colour do you use?
Not jet black, obviously. Slightly lighter than black. So between like
It's like a black brown.
black brown, yeah. That's the word I was looking for.
Brow pencil here. It's just sometimes if you haven't got very much eyebrow hair, or they're very, very different, if you put too much pencil on, you'll never get the proper shape. So a trick with this is a really lovely pen. Before you use that, just take the excess off on the back of your hand. I spent all morning disinfecting everything, so they've gone a little hard. So, and now I just want to get a powder puff. Okay, got it. So the way I do eyebrows is I come up from the outside up here, and I use the side of my pencil, not the whole thing. You get a much finer shaping, I think. And then you can go back the other way. And you need to do a really, really light touch. I forget sometimes, and I always put my powder puff down, and I'll ask a question, they can't think. Does that feel okay?
Yes, that's lovely.
See how light it is. The lighter you do it, the less likely you'll have a problem. And I take a little brush, especially for eyebrows, and I'll just blend it. And when I do it for myself as well, I blend it up so that you're not taking what's there and you're not continuing it down the side of your face. So you just want to pick it up and blend it. I love eyebrows. I couldn't find mine this morning when I tried to put makeup on.
What did you do?
I lost them because I had breast cancer, so it's from all the treatment. But they never really grew back. So I noticed that they're both different shapes. So the alternative, if you don't want to use a pencil, or you want to use an eyeshadow, what's quite nice to do is take a little bit, if you don't want to do a heavy eyebrow, take a little bit of it on the back of your brush and use that as an applicator. It's easy for me to do on you, but I'm not sure you'd be able to tackle it. And the way, if you want to check something, by the way, is take a mirror. Oh God, it's a bit too close. And just hold. Can you?
Yeah, I'll get my hand.
Just have a look. Is that how you would have your eyebrows? I tell you what it does need. If you'd like to hold on to the mirror. Do you want to put it in the other hand? I would just take it up a little bit here. Is that how you do your eyebrows? Or do you do them heavier?
Slightly flatter, yeah, but probably shorter as well.
It's easy. It's easy to blend. So, go up. I love eyebrows on somebody. I love doing eyebrows as well. So can you feel like what I'm doing is just copying the way your hair is growing? Rather than going against the hairline. I think out of all the makeup, I love doing eyebrows. I don't like tweezing them because I'm rubbish at it. But when we do makeup for films and television, the makeup you do at God knows what time in the morning, maybe 5, 6, 4, whatever, and this makeup would have to stay on for hours and hours and hours. So if you take time putting it on, it will always stay. That's what I'm trying to say. Unless you've got pouring water and rain, God knows what, coming down.
Can I ask you a question?
With pleasure.
Like my eyebrows, they're a bit wonky. Left ones and right ones, different shape and different colours. And which one do you normally start? The lighter one or a kind of slightly kind of thin one?
Do you know, I think by habit, I always start with the right brow. I start with the I don't know, I've never thought about that. I'll have a think.
Yeah.
I maybe would start with the one eyebrow that was difficult, that looked difficult to do.
Okay.
Or you had to make a lot of adjustment to move the other one. God, I'll have to think about that one now. What do you do first?
I normally do this right one, the one you're working on right now, because I find it easier.
Yeah, I knew you were going to say that.
I'm right-handed. It's more kind of natural for me to just apply brushes on that eyebrow. Then I just make a kind of perfect-ish shape and trying to get that left one.
Copy the other one.
Yeah.
Have you ever thought about having your eyebrows dyed?
No.
Don't.
Why?
No, I'm just curious. I had it done once. I looked like someone from a prison camp. There was just too
much, too heavy.
Too much, yeah. So, I'm not making them very heavy. All right? And the trick is to go that way. If you hold the mirror, you start with your brush, you go up. What you're trying to do is mimic the way the hair grows. So you go up, up, to the side, and then you come down. Come down. And what I sometimes do is I just take it up a little bit. But you can bring it down, and just take your finger and go like that. And you'll get it very soft. I like to use pencil. I'm not very good with eyeshadow as an eyeline, an eyebrow thing. So we've done that. So the next thing is, we've done blusher, we've done eyebrows. What I do is I turn away, I look over somewhere else, have a chat with somebody, come back and I look to see if they're the same. And I can see just a little that this one is slightly heavier than this one. So I'm just going to blend it a little bit more and bring it down. Absolutely. I think once I started to do eyebrows and I could do them well, I love them. I think eyebrows are fabulous. And that can come up a little bit. And it's tiny little strokes. What you're trying to do is blend in and also make it look as though it's hair and it's thicker. So I think what I might do there. So it should be corner of the nose, corner of the eye. That's where it should finish. So I'm going to take a cotton wool bud and just take a little bit off. Do you want to see me do this? I'll show you what you have to do. So hold it corner of your nose, corner of your eye. That's where it should finish. It looks odd if you take it any further down.
Sure.
And the reason you don't do that is because it draws the eye down. So corner of the nose, corner of the eye, and there's a little bit here. And that's that. If you can't get it off, take a little bit of foundation cream and use that as a remover. Now, next, the eyes. I'm going to put a little tiny bit of a nice eyeshadow. I'm going to use a couple of eyeshadows. What colours do you normally wear?
Usually kind of brown, light brown to darker brown, shades of, yeah, 2 or 3 different shades of brown.
Is that too dark? Would you never wear something that dark?
Evening maybe I do, but the daytime is slightly lighter.
Well, I'm going to use these because I love these. So what I'm going to go do first is with a round brush like that, because you want to be able to pump it up with eyeshadow or with makeup. And I'm going to take a beigey colour. I like mixing colours. And I'm going to take a little bit of that. You'll hear me say if you were working with me, I said a bit of this, this, a bit of this, because you look at people and you think nothing's one colour. And I'm going to take my powder puff, and if you look down but don't close, please. And I'm just going to whack it, place it very kindly over your eye and just warm your face up a little bit with this colour. And it's a very soft touch. If you use a very heavy-handed attempt to do this, it goes on and you'll never be able to blend it. It's quite light. What I've done is because of what you're wearing, I've warmed it up, warmed your eyes up. These are my favourite colours. The lighter the touch, the less work you'll have after you've finished your makeup. The more you put on, the problem is after a while it just sits there and it becomes impossible to blend. So make sure when you do your eyeshadow, do a little at a time and use I find this brush really easy to use because it's a long brush and it has a point and it's it's that kind of way of using it. And then I'm going to take another little brush, the same, on your eyebrow. Do you do that? Do you take a lighter colour onto your brow?
No.
Okay. This is it almost defines your eyebrow, but you don't want a very light colour. Just want a bit of a skin tone. I'm going to take that. It defines the line as well. Before we started this morning, I went through all my makeup kit and I sprayed it with everything to kill anything. And I must be honest, I had to lie down afterwards. I was so overcome with the fumes.
What do you use? That spray?
It's a special spray. It's like an IPA. Because you want something that you can spray and it will dry. An IPA dries quite quickly. I forgot what IPA stands for, but it's all the makeup artists use it to clean their makeup kit. There, a little bit of. Do you use anything which has a bit of glitter in it?
Only sometimes. Special occasion.
Okay.
Yeah. Christmas. Probably just once a year or twice.
This is my go-to for everything. It's a fantastic blusher. It makes a wonderful eyeshadow. This is by NARS and it's called Orgasm. We were on a film. I've forgotten what film we were on. And I bought this and everybody that was, all the makeup artists that were there wanted one. And because I lived next around the corner to the store, I went and asked, and I said to this young lady on the counter, what is it, whose makes it? NARS counter. And I said, could I have 6 orgasms, please? Thinking that she would react to what I just said. She went, oh, I've heard that one before. And just walked away. We're so disappointed.
Was it in the Covent Garden? By any chance?
No, it's in Knightsbridge.
Knightsbridge, okay.
I went, oh, I said, oh, you've heard the joke before. She went, 1,000 times. I said, yeah, but you've never heard it from me. I love it. Absolutely love it. When I was when I was working and doing films and TV, I used to spend every Saturday that I had going to all the stores. I was lucky because I lived in Pimlico, so I was within walking distance of all the stores, and I used to drag my mother with me because she had the money, and I was obsessed with buying makeup. So by the time I had a ton, I thought, oh, maybe I should do this as a career. I love makeup. I don't like putting it on myself, but I love putting it on other people. I actually can't do it on myself. I rush. I've got to do it really quickly, and then I can't see, and it's awful. So my mascara, I've got a new mascara. I've never used this one. I do mascara before I do everything else. Okay, I would go down the face, lips are the last thing. So when you do mascara, I know you know this one, never pump your mascara. Because if you do, you pump air into it and it'll last you a fortnight. It's in and out, and take, if you can, if you've got a tissue or something, take the excess off. I've got some tissue here. Take it off, and only ever really need to use what's left on the brush. If you put too much on, it looks really heavy. So I'm going to get you, and I always do the bottom ones first, because if you do the top ones first and then you come to do the bottom, you say to someone, look down, it
smudges.
Yeah. So look up for me, or I just give you the mascara to use. I did it, I remember we were on a massive film, and we were in a hurry. There weren't very many of us getting everybody ready, and I turned and I said, do you mind doing your own mascara? She went, no dear. I didn't know that she had never put mascara on herself. And
is she somebody well known?
No, it was a lovely background artist. And I turned around and it was all over her face. She said, I can't see my eyes. I haven't seen them for a long time. So I never do it. I never ask someone unless they really want to. I'm just putting a little bit on. Okay? Just going to go over a little there. Look down for me. I used to have lovely fun when I worked in the crowd room in films with, because you would normally see the same people but just different films, and used to have such a laugh with everybody, and they were so appreciative, and I learned a lot from them, because they would give you, also because they were of an age as well, and they would give me makeup hints. Do you use a curler, eyelash curler?
I do, yeah. I think my lash is kind of pointing down. I just want a bit of volume and a curl. But unfortunately, I use a curler, but I curl it first in the morning, but it just doesn't last that long.
I think also because when you're blinking, your eyes actually, the bottom lash is straightening it. I'm going to actually just hide. What do I do with the mascara? Oh, no, I'll leave it there for now. Oh, thank you. I see. I'm going to take a very dark brown powder and put it just along your hairline, the eye line. So here we are. There you go, there's one there. These amazing eyeshadows. I like these. I use these a lot because you can use them wet or dry. So it's amazing when you're having to do a makeup in a hurry. And everything I have is decanted. So when people say, who made them? I go, can't remember. So this is just a line. Do you do this? Do you put a line very close to your eyelashes? Because it's the best way to make your lashes look thicker. There's a fly in here that obviously wants to wear some makeup. I'm just giving it's not a line, it's just a bit of shadow that defines your eye. You've got a lovely face today, lovely face to make up.
Thank you very much. You made my day.
Oh, you've got amazing skin. You don't have any lines. You don't have what I've got. Your skin is beautiful.
Thank you so much. I've been a bit worried about my skin because I've been swimming in the sea every day and every day.
Here?
Yeah.
Where do you go? Near the pier?
Splash Point.
Oh, of course, you're up there.
And the last weekend I swam in Lansing but swimming in the sea is lovely. I feel
it's not cold.
You get used to it.
Oh my goodness.
But I think I exposed my skin too much under the sun and I just felt a bit scorched.
Do you wear any sunblock?
I wear these, but once you get into the water,
it all washes.
Yeah.
You know what would be a good idea if you to buy a waterproof one.
Waterproof, yeah.
It's easier said than done. Okay, I'm just going to put. What I do is I let it just set. Okay. And before I put any powder on, I'm just going to give you this lovely lip balm. I love this. I've never been to Splash Point. I just see all the children. It looks amazing. Do you actually go into the swimming pool part?
No, see.
Oh my god.
See. Swimming pool's closed.
Oh, of course it is.
Yeah. So if you want to swim, you need to go into sea.
Here we are. Okay, so now, just to let everybody know, I brought these out because these are my favourite powders. These are Makeup Forever, and I've had them forever. And what's nice about them is they do all these different colours for different skin tones. So you've got your mauve, your blue, your green, and your ordinary colours. These are my favourite. These are the ones I like using. I love to use Matte Miracle, which is by a la carte. This is a liquid that you can use on someone who's very sensitive to powder, or you don't want to put a lot of powder on, and it's a cream. And these are my absolute favourite. This one, which is, I would be really upset if I lost this. This is Secret Brightening Powder by Laura Mercier, and it's fantastic if you've got someone who has dark shadows under their eye. So you've done the makeup, take a small brush which is slightly pointed, load it up, and it takes shadows away immediately. So the trick to do, would you mind holding that while I just clean my hands, please? These are products I'm showing you that I literally can't go, I could never go on to set without, and it's like a miracle. And I'll just wipe it on my clean towel. Right, thank you. So the trick is to look up And when you use this stuff, you don't put it on like you would eyeshadow. What you want to do is stipple it down, and it means you don't have to put a lot of concealer under your eye. And then take a little bit for the other side. It's so light, this, because sometimes you can find face powder that ages the skin. It just sets like that. This just comes off immediately. Does that feel okay?
It feels nice.
I'm very gentle, she says.
Very light touch.
And what's good about it, like myself, I've got tons of lines under my eye. It's very light, this stuff, and it also stays on. It just does what it says on the pack. I love this powder. It's the only powder I would ever use under the eye. I'm not very keen on putting concealer because I think it's so heavy. Some of it.
It up.
Exactly.
Especially with the lines. And just
exactly. You and I know this. A lot of other people don't. So the next thing is I'm going to just put a tiny bit of colour on your cheeks. What colours do you normally wear?
Something really similar to what you put on earlier.
I'm going to put a tiny bit more on. These are lovely. So it's quite nice. When you load your brush up, right, don't use the side of your brush. If you can, use the tip of your brush and take the excess off. You'll have less on your brush, and when you come to use it, you won't have a streak going down your face. Put a bit of white there. So this is just to warm it up a little bit more. You've got to really have a lovely face to make up. It was easy. And I'm going to put a tiny bit of powder on your nose, she says. I'm going to find a brush, a lovely brush, a nice bit of powder. As you can see, I'm a very tidy, very neat worker. I know exactly where everything is. I'd be lying if you believe me. Oh gosh, no, I've got it upside down. That was lucky. I must be honest, because I used to go out every Saturday and buy makeup. I did it for 40 years, and at the end of it I had a lot of makeup when I decided I didn't want to do it anymore. And so I've decanted everything that I want to use. It's much easier to carry little pots about. There, oh, that's such a lovely powder. I'm sorry, I can't tell you what it is because I haven't got a clue, but it's just beautiful on you. So when you do your powder, start at the top and then come down the center, right? What's left on your brush, just take what's left over the rest of your face. But it's the center of your face that needs to be set. And as you can see, I'm a very neat, very tidy worker, and I know exactly where everything is. I'll move these out the way, and I'm going to put a little bit of lipstick on you. Do you use lip liner?
Sometimes when I go out.
I'm just going to run a colour over your lip. No, I've disinfected it. What colours do you normally wear? See if I pick it up. I was going to put that on you.
Yeah, not too pink.
No.
No.
Oh, that'd be nice. What about that colour? Is that too orangey? You can say no. I won't be angry.
It's difficult to tell. But You're the pro. I'll let you choose whatever it goes on.
You're the one that's got to wear it, not myself. So what would you, if you choose a colour, what would you go for?
Somewhere around here, but not too orange.
Oh, that's okay.
I think that's what you did. You
I did,
blended.
didn't I? Here we are. Here's a nice lip brush. Okay, powder puff Mandy, tissue Mandy, powder puff there, tissue. Okay, so I'm just going to start on the top. I love doing lips. It's funny, when I first started, I used to be so scared to do lips, and I still do it. I hold my breath because I think if I breathe, the brush will move. So sometimes I pass out. I'm so into doing lips. And the trick with lips is to put it on, put one coat on, blot it, put another coat on, blot it, then put another lip, have another go at doing your lips. Now, can you open? Go the other end. Oh, it's a really lovely colour on you. I've got to take this out, I'm afraid.
I liked it.
It doesn't do the makeup any good. I've really enjoyed doing this makeup. Thank you very much. It was lovely. We've got another. I just warn you, Pablo chases flies, and there's one here somewhere. You'll get it. There you go. I've just exaggerated your lips a little bit and given you a tiny little V. And that's it. Et voila. So let me just take this off, and then you can have a look and see what you think. This is a day makeup. This is not, I'm going out and I'm going pulling men or something. But what I would do also is, when I work, I take the gown off, and then I look and I see it would be lovely to put a bit more blusher on you. I think the eyeshadow is good and the lips are good, but you could go with a tiny bit more blusher. And I'm going to choose one from this pot. I love these. Take a big one. If you take a big brush, you don't put that much powder on your face. If you take a brush which is like that, use something like that, it will pick a lot of powder up. As you can see, I'm a very neat worker. And what I always do, I take a light colour and mix it with the colour I want. Then I get all, I cover all corners. I'll take all of them. So smile again. You have to be careful when you do blusher that you don't take it too high up, only because it starts setting in the little lines that we all have, your laughing lines. Thank you very much for modelling for me.
Well, thank you for
I'm
having
going to put
me.
a tiny bit there, and what I'm going to do, what's left on my brush, a little bit of that, just to warm your face up. Not that it needs that. Just what's left in my brush, I'm going to take around the hairline. You'll be careful you don't put too much on. Oh, it's lovely to do your makeup, thank you. There. What do we think? I quite like it. It's not a lot.
I like the way you did the eyebrow.
Oh.
Yeah. It's you. Yeah.
I can see I could actually take a little bit more. It's you know, it's someone else's makeup. If you're used to doing your makeup and you're used to doing it a certain way, it's very difficult to see what someone else has done. But if because they all do is the corner of the nose, that's where it starts, corner of there, and you take it up. But sometimes it's just a bit too much if you do that. But I think it could be nice to bring it down slightly. When I did my makeup, when I wore makeup, I used to wear tons, and I used to wear 4 pairs of eyelashes, 2 on top and a pair underneath. And I remember all my makeup, my mother never had room in the fridge for her food because all my kit was there, to keep it cool. And she used to say, people must see you a fortnight before you come around the corner with those eyelashes. How can you see? I love eyelashes. Do you wear them?
Yeah, but I haven't got that much kind of confidence to just go thicker and longer. And sometimes it's like, especially for the daytime.
Oh no, it doesn't look good, I think, for day. There, and I have a very clean, neat. This is how I work. This is how I am at home. In fact, this is my home. I really thank you so much.
Thank you, Mandy.
If you want, afterwards I'll write down some of the
products you used. Yeah.
There are makeup artists that are amazingly tidy. I can't work like that. Because we work on a pace. When you've got maybe 20 minutes to do someone's makeup and put eyelashes on and do everything, you have to work very fast. But I've really enjoyed doing it. Thank you very, very much.
Thank you very much.
And what I'd like to do, I've got to remember to give you back what's yours. I just wanted to see what this is. An eraser.
Yes, that was actually recommended by 20 years old, and she thought that would work for my eye bag.
Do you mind if I try? But you use it straight from this, don't you? Oh, I should never have. I won't destroy everything.
But saying that, after you showed me how you use this powder to just
perfect. A setting powder is better. Use this first, but then find a very, very fine setting powder, and it shouldn't move all day. This, I think, if I were to put it on, after a while, it will go into a line, and you've got to all the time pat it down. This is not. This looks lovely. This anti-aging cream, which I'm going to have to buy because I want to look 21 again, not 181 again. This was yours, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I'm intrigued by this. This is photography fluid.
Yeah. I got these 2 products from the same website.
I'm going to have to try, because this is contrast. I don't even know what it is.
It just goes under the
base
liquid foundation.
A lightweight, semi-translucent something or other of some. I can't read it. It's too small. But I'm going to take a picture of this if you don't mind. And that.
I don't mind at all.
I love learning from other people. As opposed to, and this fluid cream, is this what you use for moisturiser?
That's sun cream.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
I don't use it. I forget. I should be using it, shouldn't I? If I live this, and you bought this online?
Yeah. Helico. I think it's American.
SPF 50 plus. That's good. That's mine.
I think those 5 products are coming from
Thank you very, very much for modelling for me.
Thank
I
you
really
for
appreciate it. I
making
really
me look
enjoyed
pretty.
it.
Thank
It was
you.
lovely to meet you.
Lovely to meet
And it
you.
was lovely to do it. Thank you. Et voila!
Voila. Can I come back again for the evening makeup?
Come back in 5 minutes.
No,
Yes, no,
I
let's-
enjoy this.
We'll do that. We'll do an evening makeup and we'll put eyelashes on and really go to town.
Ghost town of what?
And I love it in Splash Point. See you walking in with all these eyelashes. All the mothers.
I'll be looking forward to that. Yeah.
No, I'd love to do it. That would be great. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mandy.
My pleasure. Thank you very much for introducing me to this lovely lady. And you. Thank you. Bye.